know that people are experiencing, with everything going on in the economy, inflation increasing, interest rates high, people aren't able to live comfortably anymore. We are, every time we go to the grocery store, having to pay a higher price for a gallon of milk or for a carton of orange juice. People are in desperation mode right now trying to figure out how they're going to pay their bills, whether it's your car payment, your mortgage, your light bill. People are kind of in between jobs right now. They're getting laid off, and it's a tough time. Even though with everything going on, the government and it's affecting the economy. Hopefully we see some light at the end of the tunnel sooner or later, but it's probably going to get a little dark, especially for those that are somewhere in the middle class or lower. So I just want to say that now. There are some valuable options out there if you have some money tucked away or put away, and if you can definitely learn a certain skill set. That is the beauty, and I will say this in life, is really understanding or knowing a skill set to get you ahead, all right? You have to figure out maybe what it is that you could possibly do to make an income from. Working for a job or an employer out there, we never know when that company may fold or go out of business, and then we're left with carrying the burden or the bag of trying to figure out what to do next. Especially, it's tougher when you have a family because they depend on you. When you're someone single, you can kind of pick up and, make things work, even though things may get a little tough for you. But when you have other people in the family that you have to provide for, it's tougher. So that's why I truly believe learning a skill set like trading can definitely help a lot of people out there with simply just paying a car note or car payment, and paying all your bills with, if you know how to trade correctly. What I want to share with you today, anyone out there who's actually interested in wanting to know how to trade the futures the correct way, I use range charts to trade from. But the thing that I really want to share with you is how you can trade just using one contract to pay your bills, okay? Meaning each and every day you can go into the market and scalp for points to be able to pay your bills. So honestly speaking, you can pay your bills with just 1 week's worth of income from trading. Now I'm not saying that if you have a ton of debt sitting out there, you have a large mortgage payment, or you have multiple cars and things of that nature in which you have incurred a lot of debt for yourself, you're going to have to find a way to chop that down like a tree, little by little, to get yourself back into a sense of reality, and just back to a sense of norm. I tell people all the time, don't climb yourself into debt, live debt free. That's the way to actually to live. I feel as if I don't have the cash to pay for it, why do I don't need it, honestly. I'm not saying like going out and getting a mortgage or a loan for a home. That's one thing, but to be constantly out there where you're living, meaning you're using your credit to basically to buy things that are unnecessary, to where you place yourself upside down in debt. That is the hardest thing to kind of climb back from. And a lot of young people don't see that until they kind of climb the basket of crabs and are at the bottom and trying to figure out how to climb their way back to the top. I know I'm kind of ranting, but I'm saying all this for a reason. A simple way or strategy to be able to get back to the top is learning a skill set like trading. Again, like I said, trading one E-mini contract, and you may be saying, well, how can I do that? A simple strategy like supply and demand, for example, all right? Let's say you have a $200 to maybe $400, $500 car payment, just depending. You can make, just using one contract on 10 points, trading that to make $200 fairly quick. And we all know that trading the Nasdaq futures 10 points is fairly, very easy to profit or to make in just a very little time frame. I'm going to show you a couple of setups just using yesterday, for example. We're not even going to look at today. I'm done trading for a day. A lot of people who are part of the Discord are done trading. And if you're not part of the Discord, you may want to take the time to go ahead and do so by clicking if you scroll down to the description portion of the video, you'll see a link there. Discord is free to join. Come over and join us. Now, all I'm looking for is setups with the supply and demand, okay? Pullbacks to key areas, but you need to figure out the direction of the market first and foremost. Is it making higher highs and higher lows? Just imagine living in a world to where you can trade from home just an hour to maybe just 2 hours a day, where you don't have to jump into the rat race every day of waking up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, getting yourself prepared for work, to show up between 8 and 9, and having to work a 8 to 10, 12-hour day. Those days are done with. You have to make and be smarter. How they always say, work smart and not hard. You can do this with trading. I'm telling you this, just working 1 to 2 hours a day, you can make a beautiful life for yourself and your family if you know what you're doing, and you can pay your bills very easy in doing so. Just imagine paying that car payment. Scalping, just using one E-mini contract and getting those 10 points, that's going to give you $200. Or just grabbing 20 points, that's going to give you $400 on just one contract, all right? Or break it up and take 2 trades, 10 points here, 10 points there, making $400 a day to pay, and we're talking about on a daily basis, pay one of your bills in just one day. For anyone that may have a $200 or $400 car payment, very easy to do. The goal is to do what? To pay off debt, correct? To not have any car payments. That's the thing about life, is where you want to be at, is having no debt at all, okay? So I'm going to show you the strategy right quick. We're going to look at yesterday's trading session. Before I do so, I want to answer and let people know that if you're interested in becoming an elite or an ultra elite member, because people always DM me, the link is down in the description portion of the video. You'll see a link right under the Discord. It's titled or shown as the Ultra Elite Supporter. Okay, click on that. Wait a few seconds. A couple tiers will pop up. You'll see where you have the elite and the ultra elite. Each one of those have perks and rewards that you would definitely receive. That is where the cornerstone, the bread and butter to how I actually trade is actually is where it's all involved. Okay, where everything is that you need to really know. That's where I go into detail about the trade breakdowns. Yes, the same trades. If you become part of our Discord, you'll see where I post my trade entries and I go back and I break them down. There's tons of video content there that you can watch that discuss and break down the trades that I take as I go into detail, talking about stop loss placement, profit target areas that we need to take a look at when actually trading, surrounding structure and price action, just everything that you need to know surrounding structure and what you need to look at. You also receive the video playlist. It's a link by link series of videos that cover the most important parts to how I trade and some of the most important video content that I feel that people need to really watch. And the market structure video. That's what you receive when you become an elite member. Now, if you want to become an ultra elite member, you receive everything that I just discussed, plus my live recorded trading sessions and the market recap videos. Okay, so choose either one if you want to become a supporter or a member as part of the community. Okay, and it's very inexpensive. It's just pennies on the dollar a day that add up on a monthly basis, and it's very inexpensive for anyone who wants to join. Because I'm not here to kind of, I don't want people to struggle any more than they actually are. I really want people to be able to learn something that can work and can change their whole situation around, all right, or possibly pay a bill to, maybe even do it part-time if you choose to, just to make some extra income that you can put away for your family to go on vacation. Maybe you haven't taken a vacation in a while. Here's a great way to do so. So what you need to do in starting off is always get the direction of the market correct. All right. This was yesterday's trading session, this movement to the upside here. We were bullish all day until basically around about, well, I'm not going to say all day, till about 11 o'clock yesterday, 10:50 sometime after that. And then we started making these runs to the downside. So we made this high here, a low. We couldn't break structure above here. We made a higher low and the market ran to the downside. On my higher range chart, my 240, you can see it here where the market ran to the upside, pull back. Couldn't break the highs right here, break structure. So at that point, when I see things like that, that gives me the first indication that they want to run to the downside. So knowing the direction and getting that correct is what's going to, purposely going to help you out decide on which way you need to trade. Prior to that, we were bullish to the upside. You can see them breaking structure on the higher range charts here. Break it high, higher low, breaking structure, high, higher low, breaking structure. Even you look down your lower time, lower time frame, but the lower range, or even this is still a higher range chart. My lower range chart that I trade from is my 24 range, but on a 120 range, the last chart was the 240. High, higher lows. We came up here and we made a high, a higher low, and we broke this major area of structure, and we broke structure here. So that, this is a beautiful area of aggressive buying to the upside. All right. So in this leg to the upside, as we're breaking structure, you should only be looking for entries and opportunities on pullbacks to key areas of demand. Okay. Now, if you don't understand supply and demand in reference to the terms, supply is aggressive selling within the market. But in this case here, because we're breaking structure higher and the movement is to the upside, you should be able to look at these swings here. Each time we do that, we're breaking structure. We're looking for key areas of demand, which is aggressive buying to take a movement back to the upside. Okay. Now, we can see both on the higher range charts here, the 240 and the 120, we're bullish to the upside. Now, all I need to do is get that correct first and then look for opportunities for scalps off my lower range, 24 range entry chart to take trades going back to the upside. So let's do that now. So now that we're on the 24 range chart, you can see this low right here is the same low from this area right here yesterday, okay? And then on the 240, it's this low right here. So we're moving to the upside. So basically, we're looking for the market to see if it's going to break structure above these highs right here, which would be these highs right here. And it does. It pushes up. And when we see that happen, we break in structure, continues to the upside. We're just going to, we could just move down to the lower time frame or lower range chart, not time frame. But if we trade time based charts, there's nothing wrong with that. We could look to see, breaks of structure above and look for pullbacks to areas of demand, aggressive buying back at swings, okay, back at areas. So the market breaks above this area of structure right here, break above right here, all right, pulls back, breaks higher, and it comes back, but we do not tap into this demand zone right here. Now, if we did, we could look for an opportunity to go long because we have aggressive buying. That's a demand zone that is high probability. And if you don't understand what I mean by high probability, please watch some of the video content. It's just where we have a gap resting back at the actual zone itself. Pushes higher, doesn't come back, another demand zone, breaks higher. There is a demand zone resting right here. The market taps into. You can go long from there. And then it continues pushing to the upside, pulling back, breaking structure higher above these highs right here. Beautiful area of demand right there. You can go long off that demand area and aim for the highs to be taken out. So there was one opportunity here. Just imagine getting to this trade right here around about, 23,339 and taking out above the highs here at 10 points right there. That would have gave you 10 points right there, or possibly even hold it if you could to pick up more additional points to the upside. Even on this pullback right here at the breaking structure right here. Breaking structure is very important to me when I'm actually trading. Now, not always do you have to have a breaker structure, but 9 times out of 10, I like to see one. It's kind of the cornerstone to our trade, but it's trading off a basic supply or demand area, like right here. No breaker structure here, but a demand area. Push up, pull back. This is breaking above a higher here, so that's a structural break. Pulling back to this key area of demand, high probability. Imagine getting to this trade right here around about 23,376 and taking it all the way up here to the high up here. You're picking up 20 points right there. So on one contract, that's $400. Okay, simply trading the Nasdaq, trading 10 points here and picking up, that's $200 right there. So that's what I'm talking about. Being able to quickly be able to pick up anywhere between $200 to $400 on one contract, whether it's 10 points or 20 points on the Nasdaq, is very, very easy. Here we got another breaker structure above. All right, as you see, the market comes back down. All right. So, and then it sets itself up for here, which we have like equal highs or double highs here. So when you see situations like that, the market's going to pull back lower to test at an area of demand, preferably speaking, where the run of this leg to the upside took place at. So the market comes back, taps a demand zone, and goes up there and grabs that liquidity above there. So then on this pullback, you can go, there was 2 longs here. One here, broke structure above this area here, came back, grabbed liquidity right here first, broke structure above there, comes back, another opportunity here. So there were 4 setups. And just in this small time frame of, let's see, from 9:55 to roughly 10:20, we're not even talking maybe but 25 minutes right there. There were 3 setups back to back at areas of demand. Very easy to do and very easy to make some decent money trading the Nasdaq futures. All you need is one good quality trade a day. I'm telling you, if we did the simple math right quick, I'll show you. Okay, on 10 points, and every point there's 4 ticks. Okay, on the Nasdaq, so that's 40 ticks right there times the tick increment or value for each tick is $5 a tick. That's going to give you $200. Imagine taking 2 scalps like that and making $400. Or imagine taking 1 scalp like that and picking up 20 points to make $400 on one contract. So if you have a car payment, $200, $400, $500, whatever it is, you could pay that in one trading day. So just imagine being able to pay your bills day by day. If you want to think about it like that, the next day or next 2 days, you make enough to pay the mortgage payment. And then the next trading day, you make enough to pay your utility bills. So within 1 week worth of trading, you could probably pay all your bills in 1 week and have 3 or 4 additional weeks of payment or income coming in from trading that you could basically put into savings. That's what I'm talking about. And that's how you build both a trading account, but also your savings account at the same time. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm just simply trying to show you a way in which you can trade to pay your bills or possibly some debt down just as well. Okay. So hopefully this video helps out. Again, if anyone out there who wants to become an elite or an ultra elite member, the link is down in the description portion of the video. I'm telling you right now, that is where the sauce, that is where the cornerstone to how I trade and all that additional video content, that's what the substance is. If you're looking for those gems and those golden nuggets, that's where it is. Again, the link is down in the description portion of the video for anyone who wants to join or anyone who wants to join the Discord. That is free. Outside of that, that's all I have. Now, if you haven't taken the time to already subscribe to the channel, please do so by clicking that sub button, that subscribe button. Make sure to turn your post notifications on by clicking the bell as soon as you do that. And if you haven't already dropped me a like on the video, please do me the biggest favor. Smack that thumbs up, that like button. I definitely appreciate it. I'll see everyone in the next video. Take care and have a great trading day.